Hello, everyone, and welcome to the fourth episode of the Crossplay Podcast. I am Deado, this wanker.
I'm Evan.
And this is probably going to be a bit of a shorter episode today. There's really not been a lot of good news in the past 2 weeks, other than AWS going down,
This was a great period of time for us to end up taking a 2-week break.
Literally, like nothing has happened.
At the start of the podcast, we took a 2-week break, but that's fine. I was on vacation. This dude was sick. Sorry, this dude.
It's fine. It's fine. But as for the topics we have today, we don't have a lot. I think I would like to get started with something that is interesting to me. I absolutely love Palworld. November 13th, Krafton should be announcing the release date for the mobile port of Palworld.
Wait, Krafton did Palworld? Is that the same people that did
the shit with Subnautica? As far as I am aware, yes. Let me have a quick look. Palworld.
No way.
Store page. It's developed and published by Pocket Pair, but I'm pretty sure that Krafton has some heavy involvement in Pocket Pair.
But I'm pretty sure it's the same situation as Unknown Worlds, where that's the parent company.
As far as I'm aware, yeah. But yeah, so on November 13th, there's a little event going on, the standard like Next Fest and those kinds of ones, between the 13th and the 16th. And around that time, they should be announcing the mobile port, hopefully. Which is interesting because we're getting a lot of ports recently. Last episode, I believe, maybe before that, I mentioned Wizard 101 was coming to console. Is that on console now, by the way?
It is officially on console, and it is not doing well because the servers for console are so overloaded. Trying to play it at all is a disaster on console.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised in the slightest. I think I kind of expected that this was going to happen.
And give it a month to where the nostalgia people stop playing it, and the people that actually enjoy the game, like myself, have a chance to be there. It'll fix up. It'll be good.
Yeah, so sounds good. Hopefully it does fix up. I know that ports can get a bit fucky, especially when servers are overloaded. Happens a lot, when there's a new hyped game. Servers get overloaded really easily. I mean, even when there's just new updates for certain games, there have been times when Fortnite has had delays to being able to it's got a queue to even just fucking log into the game.
Yeah, it's like when Skate first launched and there was that huge wait time for everybody.
Absolutely.
Or Overwatch 2, when Overwatch 2 first launched, it was impossible to play that game.
Absolutely. I think there is a good way. I think having a queue, while it does suck, is a good idea, but just letting your servers get overwhelmed is just not the play. On the topic of servers getting overwhelmed, a situation happened with Amazon in the past few days, which caused Amazon Web Services to go down, which everybody knows happened. Not a single soul doesn't know it happened because the entire internet was down, whether you knew it from using Reddit or Twitch, whether you knew it because the games you were trying to play wouldn't work, whether you knew it because you worked at somewhere that uses Amazon Web Services. I know so many stores in America rely so heavily on AWS. And yeah, it was basically mass outage across the entire internet.
Yeah. So just to kind of go off what you said with Krafton, I'm just reading up on the last big update that I can see. This is from, I don't know what this source is. It's the logo. It's my internet's struggling right now. It's not loading in the whole fucking website.
Don't worry about it.
But supposedly Krafton pulled a big U-turn on their argument.
Well, I kind of expected that was going to happen anyway, trying to do damage control over, because everyone was mad about it. So I'm not surprised.
Yeah. Yeah, it's, so I think, I don't know if is there a release date still? It just says 2026.
Yeah.
Subnautica 2 will now be released into early access in 2026, following a delay. Let's talk about that delay, right?
That is definitely necessary.
It's definitely a real delay, and not because Krafton didn't want to pay $250 million.
But like when you are that big of a company, when you are that huge, I mean, considering the fact that we've just talked about how they're the parent company of Pocket Pair, as far as I'm aware, who made Palworld, who made fuck tons of money off Palworld. Subnautica 2 is going to make absolute fucking bank for them, you know.
Mm-hmm.
On the topic of money, though, if you don't mind me segueing here.
No way. Are they behind PUBG? No fucking way.
I'm not
Wait,
surprised.
the Callisto Protocol?
They're a big company. In fact, they're so big that needing to spare $250 million isn't a big deal to them.
Yeah, no. If they're behind PUBG and they're behind Terra as well, it's like a popular MMO, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty popular.
Yeah, if they're behind all that, they could fork out that 250 mil. And in the first place, if you don't want to pay, if you don't want to pay 250 mil, don't make a dumbass fucking deal for it. Like,
yeah,
it's that easy of a fix. If you had never told Unknown Worlds, hey, if you get this done in time, we'll give you $250 million, you never would have this lawsuit coming against you right now.
No, exactly. And the funny thing is that like they still would have got it done in time because they're good devs.
Yeah, even without that, it would have been done in time. It would have been done well, ready to be played, even without the 250 mil.
Yep, pretty much.
Because
maybe they worked
Subnautica
a little bit earlier, but we'll get ready a little bit earlier. But
yeah, like, man, I just hope I hope when the game finally comes out that it's good.
That would be very nice.
Because the Unknown Worlds team is still working on it. It's just the 3 leads are kaput. They're gone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah. Anywho, let's stop repeating topics we've talked about every fucking episode. Let's move on to something.
On the topic of money, Pokémon ZA Sucks. Absolute fucking ass. Everyone knows it does.
Yeah.
I found out that to break even on how much they spent to develop the game, they spent that little. All they need is 200,000 copies sold, and they will break even on how much they spent. That is a ridiculously tiny number, considering
Pokemon is one of the biggest IPs in the entire world.
Literally, the biggest. I'm actually gonna look this up. Because like it is huge. It is absolutely massive.
Tear the label off this
approximately according to the Pokemon figure with the Pokemon company in May 23rd of 2025. The Pokemon franchise has sold 489 million copies of their games. 489 million. That's not even talking about like Nintendo with their consoles and everything or anything else.
I feel so bad for all the people that bought ZA thinking it was going to be good. I've been saying for months I wasn't going to buy this game because it looked nothing like Arceus. It didn't even look as good as Scarlet and Violet.
No, exactly, yeah.
And Scarlet and Violet weren't that good. I liked them. I thought they were fun, but they are not even that good of a Pokemon game. I know that.
Yeah. No, I completely understand it.
So I'm just hoping that whenever they come out with Gen 10, that they make it somewhat good.
The problem is that this is the fucking Call of Duty Zombies bullshit all over again. This is a company that made good shit at the start, has just produced slop after slop basically now because they don't care. They don't put any passion into their work. And now everyone who's buying the games isn't even buying them because they know they'll like them. They're praying that it will at least be somewhat decent.
They're hoping it'll be like Emerald and Ruby.
Yeah, pretty much. It is wild. I think that, I don't know, we just need a reset. We just need to just fucking steal the IP away from them lot and just give it to the guy, give it to Pocket Pair, give it to the guys who develops Palworld because they're interested in developing a good game.
See, I'm waiting. Like, there's some I don't understand Nintendo. at all as a whole, why do they not do remasters and sell them on the regular?
It would be so fucking easy to. You don't have to just because the thing is they've made the Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire versions of Ruby and Sapphire. They've made so many of these alternate versions of the games. Why not just remaster an old one? Right? Why not just remaster the classic? No changes.
Give me a fucking port to Switch, bro. I'm okay with a port. I don't need a remaster or a remake. Just let me play Emerald on my goddamn Nintendo Switch. I am so tired of having to go and fucking get some goddamn emulator on my cell phone or some shit to play this. Yeah,
because the thing is also, they don't sell the game anymore. They don't sell the consoles for the game anymore either.
No.
So I understand if you said, okay, it makes sense for them to not sell it on PC because they want people to buy their console. All right, then sell it on the fucking Switch. Sell it on the Switch. Or bundle it with Nintendo Switch Online.
Yeah, they would make so much money.
They would make
off of that.
Off of it. Just take every
for such a money-hungry company. That's like the easiest solution. You're losing money actively.
Is that they could say, okay, in this month, so that's just like February 2026, this date, we're going to drop every Pokemon game, or even just like in order, like slowly every couple months we're going to drop a new one of the old gens, remastered, or even just the original on the Nintendo Switch, bundled with Nintendo Switch Online. You can't buy it otherwise, so you have to buy our subscription model. That would sell tons. They would make fuck tons of money off of it. This is me giving them ideas as a money-hungry company. These ways that they could be greedy about it.
Yeah, they're actively losing money by not remastering and porting over these old games, like the old Zeldas and stuff too. Why aren't they on Switch? I would pay twice the fucking price point to play Zelda fucking Ocarina of Time on my Switch,
and then
because I don't want to pull out. Yeah.
They take down the sites that are hosting the ROMs for these games, these the piracy sites and stuff, but there's no legitimate way to obtain this media anymore other than secondhand.
No.
So it's not like they're losing any money off of it. In fact, they're gaining money because if I play Ocarina of Time on PC and fucking love it, I might be like, actually, you know what? I'm going to get a Switch and play Breath of the Wild. I'm going to play Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah. Which Breath of the Wild was amazing. I never beat Tears of the Kingdom, but I love Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of very, very positive things about Breath of the Wild. Honestly, Nintendo, Game Freak. To be fair, the entire gaming, I've talked about this before. No gaming company knows what they're doing anymore. There are so few that are actually passionate. Like indie game companies seem to be pretty passionate, unlike just individuals making games. But it's like if I look at how Pocket Pair are developing their game and what they're up to with Palworld, I look at them and I'm like, actually, no, it's not awful that we're burnt out on games and stuff, how easy it is to get burnt on gaming these days. It's the fucking company's fault for always doing this stupid bullshit 24/7. It is ridiculous, but it's like they in ZA, they haven't even modeled balconies. Like, the texture for the window and the balcony, it's just flat. Like, I understand if this is a, level of detail thing. Like, if you're looking at a building from, fucking 500 meters away, if it's still in view, you want it to be as low detail as possible while still giving the illusion of being full quality. So flattening the texture there makes sense. But it doesn't make sense when you're not fucking, when you're rendering the highest level of detail is just flat.
It is amazing that they managed to make a game that looks worse than Scarlet and Violet.
Yes, exactly.
Like, that was the big complaint about Scarlet and Violet everywhere, is that it was always choppy, it was laggy, the anti-aliasing and the frame rate dropped all the time, and it looked awful to play.
And that game released 3 years ago. They should have learned by now.
Yeah, and that's not even a super big world like Scarlet was either, is it?
Nope,
no, I think it's smaller because it's just one city, isn't it?
Yeah, it's absolutely fucking tiny. But it's and you look at other games that are so much bigger and released. If you look at GTA 5, for example, I know it was a big budget game, and I know it's developed by Rockstar Games.
I don't want to hear shit about it. This is fucking Nintendo and Game Freak. They have more money than they could ever need.
Fucking Game
They don't
Freak
even pay
lazy
voice actors, bro.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to move on to that. But if you look at like GTA 5, it was released like over 10 years ago now. It's what, 11, 12 years ago that GTA 5 released? Maybe longer. I don't fucking know. It's been ages, well over a decade at this point. And it is still, everything worked perfectly fine. Yeah, there are bugs. Yeah, there are glitches. There are going to be bugs and glitches no matter what fucking game you play. But Jesus fucking Christ.
Do you remember back in the day when we were wee little children on our Xbox 360s and PS3s, PS2s, original Xboxes, all this stuff, and they would release a game and it would be finished.
And it would be finished for real. Like and if they wanted to put up a patch, they before PS3 they couldn't. They had to resell, like they just update the disc that was sold, and that's why certain speedrunning games, like from PS2, PS1 kind of era, like you have to get specific discs, and it's like written what version it was on the disc, because the older versions were different because they did get patched, but almost always the bugs were so insignificant. Like I sat down with a PS1 and played Demolition Derby again, after decades of not playing it at this point. And it was weird to get used to, but it was fun. It was enjoyable, and I could see myself continuing to play that. But then I look at like 90% of the fucking slop AAA games now that are being put out, I'm like, an AI could generate better than this. Quite frankly, like I'm so much against generative AI, but at this point, fucking Game Freak need one. They need a generative AI to make their shit for them because they can't do it themselves. They can't do shit.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate, like because they were like one of the first big like video game contributors. Like they were super popular. They got their own TV show, their own card games, all kinds of shit, and they had the video games going along with it, and everybody loved them.
Everybody.
Original Red and Blue, and after that, like all of the first few generations of games, all the way up to, I want to say Black and White is the last one I can remember really liking.
Black and White was peak.
And I don't know, there might have been some more after that. I don't quite remember, but like the fact that like we went from that level of like just really cool, really fun, but simple like RPG like that is such a cool underused like gaming sphere that's only really Pokemon, maybe the Digimon games. I heard the new Digimon game was really good, but I've not seen anything about it.
Wouldn't know. I don't keep up with that stuff, to be honest.
I've like, because they released a new Digimon game and ZA like at the same time, and everybody's like, "Oh my god, Pokemon sucks, Digimon rocks!" So that's been the consensus on that. But yeah,
I'm not even surprised at this point, to be fair, because like they've just not had a good run for so long, such an unbelievably long fucking time. It's insane. They've been doing it so fucking bad. Apparently Gen 10 is going to redesign Pikachu, which is comical to me. The idea of them trying to redesign.
See, they just want to make it to where it's not the only Pokemon they recognize.
Because nobody recognizes any of them anymore.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that the idea is to generate some controversy regarding Gen 10 because everybody's so mad about ZA.
Yeah. So moving on from this annoying shit with games,
let's move to some good shit.
I'm going to talk about one of my 3 most favorite games of all time.
Okay.
Dragon Ball FighterZ, right? This is a game that I happened to play this game while I was on vacation with a buddy of mine. He brought his PlayStation, he had FighterZ, and we played it a little bit there, and I fell in love with it on vacation, got back home and bought it. And I've put like 2.3 like 1,000 hours into it at this point, like 2,300 hours. And like that's not a lot of hours, apparently, according to some people. It's a lot for me.
It is a lot of hours. It is a lot of hours.
And last September 3rd, 2024, they announced the patch notes for 1.38, and that was the final patch we were going to get for the game, and they were just continuing service. Until at EVO this year, during the Dragon Ball FighterZ part of EVO in the competition, at the end of the competition, they announced they're adding new characters and continuing service for the game.
Nice. That's actually really fucking good to hear.
Over a year later. I don't know if you know anything about Dragon Ball or if you guys haven't watched Daima yet. I'm going to spoil it for Deado because fuck you, Deado.
We all know
skip
that
forward like 30 seconds if you've not watched Daima yet.
I'll put my little warning on the screen again just beneath us.
Yeah. In Daima, they made Super Saiyan 4 canon, and they added Super Saiyan 4 Goku, and they're putting Super Saiyan 4 Daima Goku into Dragon Ball FighterZ, and hopefully more. But at the very least, we're getting one more character and a few more balance patches after that character comes out to get everything good and working properly. And I mean, everybody's hoping to get Beast Gohan, Orange Piccolo, the 2 new androids from Dragon Ball Super, characters from just all over the series that aren't in yet. Raditz from episode 1 of Dragon Ball Z is still not in Dragon Ball FighterZ. People have been waiting on him forever. It's Goku's older brother. Like, how is he not in the fucking show yet?
It's Goku, in the game guys.
Yet? But it's Goku. But yeah, it's such good news to get, and the new update finally fixed some shit. So what they did in the last update is they buffed like everybody a little bit, and then buffed a few people a lot. And characters like Trunks, my boy, I love Trunks, was destroying the meta for like the last year. And
I'm not surprised.
Like all of these. And they broke a few characters. Like the last patch they released, Captain Ginyu had an issue to where when he called in the Ginyu Force using his assist, so if he was in the background, you had another character out and you called in the Ginyu Force using his B assist. If a certain one of those moves got interrupted, he could no longer use the Ginyu Force, which is his whole fucking
comedy
set. Like he's a summoner character. He is a summoner fighting game character.
You can't be doing summons, don't you know? Nintendo on the patents.
But like,
I'm gonna milk that joke for all I can.
Yeah, that I forgot about it. I don't want to talk about it, but yeah, it's getting new updates to that game is something that nobody saw coming. We'd all hoped for it, but never thought it would happen. But Bandai and Arxis are like apparently just like, oh hey, new characters, new media, let's do it. And it made no sense because you know Xenoverse, Dragon Ball Xenoverse.
Yeah, I do. Yeah,
it's been out for years, longer than Dragon Ball FighterZ has. I think by a year, maybe 2. In the time that Dragon Ball Xenoverse came out and FighterZ came out, FighterZ made more money than Xenoverse and came out later. And when they announced another 3D arena battler, which Xenoverse 2 is a 3D arena battler, and then they announced Sparking Zero, which is another 3D arena battler.
Yeah.
They, instead of, getting rid of service for the older game that was the same type of game as Sparking Zero, they canceled. Profitable. Yes, they canceled Fighter Z and stopped doing support for Fighter Z, which is stupid.
Fucking stupid decision. I think they realized how stupid the decision was. Though, on the topic of Dragon Ball, actually, January 25th, there is going to be a new project unveiled. A new Dragon Ball game project unveiled properly during their event in Japan.
Yeah, I heard about that. I'm hoping that it's because they just released like a Dragon Ball like League of Legends clone. I don't know if you saw that, but they released that not too long ago. And I've not touched that yet. I should because I do like League a little bit. I played a lot of Smite on consoles, and a little bit of League back in the day. I do enjoy it, but I just never touched the Dragon Ball version. But there's a little bit of hope in the back of my heart that they're going to announce Dragon Ball FighterZ 2, even though it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
But what I'm really waiting for, and I've been waiting for years, and I know a lot of the fighting game community has been waiting for years, is Arxis gets the rights from Viz Media to make a Naruto fighting game. 2D fighting game, not a 3D fighter.
Yeah. Well, they have they are kind of working on new Avatar fighting game.
Yeah, and then they also did the they just did Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls, the Marvel fighting game by Arxis. But I think that I don't know why there haven't been any like good Naruto fighting games made, because that whole anime is literally like
it is
everything
just
in it
bait for the fight scenes. Like,
yeah,
that's the
like,
whole.
It would. I mean, there's a lot more to it than just the fights. It's one of the best written stories too. I think that the character progression in that show is really good. But like,
no, I think that out of anything, the best written media of all time is My Wife Died and Got Reincarnated as a Middle Schooler, the manga.
You sure it isn't? I'll fight any.
Oh,
I don't care if I don't care if I'm a D-list guild receptionist. I'll fight any S-rank boss if it means I get to clock out early or whatever the fuck it is.
Oh, they're all so fucking stupid, and they're all so stupid. Oh, Jesus Christ. Moving forth away from that bullshit.
I did just a funny little side tangent. I tried to convince one of my friends to go watch some anime and stuff, and he was like, well, I keep hearing good things about the time I reincarnated as a slime. I think I'm gonna go watch that. And I was like, dude, you won't watch Naruto, but you'll watch that shit.
It is good, but Jesus
I know
Christ.
it. I've heard it's good, but like, that's just such a weird one to start with.
I disagree. It's popular. It's good. It's not stupid long. I think that like I think a good entry anime will be one that isn't like a million episodes long. If you can sit down and watch like 2 or 3 seasons, I think that obviously it depends on the sort of person, but stuff like My Dress Up Darling, Bunny Girl Senpai, K-On!, you know, they're all short. But like even so, like if you look at the other stuff, Demon Slayer, like it's long, but My Hero Academia, like
there's certain shows, because there's like with anime, I think that people that don't watch anime get scared away when they see the 200 episode runtime or something like that, because they're like, oh shit, 200 episodes is going to take forever, because all they've watched before that is CIS Miami, and their episodes are an hour and a half long.
It's like episodes are an hour long. There's 25, 26 episodes in a season, and then there's 8 seasons. It's almost always the case. It's always that standard formula. But with anime, it's like 12 to 26, sometimes more, sometimes like 38 episodes in a season, and they're 20 minutes each. They're really fucking short.
Like Attack on Titan, I think, as long as you're okay with gore, I do think that's one of the most universally watchable shows that like
I agree.
Everybody I've ever gotten to watch Attack on Titan loves it.
Yeah, and the story I know has moved so many people as well. It's absolutely incredible. So
yeah,
it's very positive.
Have you watched it yet?
No, not fully. I watched like the first half of season 1. I still need to sit down. I've been busy, man. I've been watching K-On! Come on now.
It is unfortunate, because it is an anime that you can't watch it while you're doing other things. Because if you miss something in that show,
I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll promise you I'll watch it, but I don't know when. It will be in a long time. And the reasoning for this is I will, when I am comfortable enough with my Japanese ability, I will sit down and watch it in JP as a study tool. Because that's what I've been doing. I've been studying Japanese properly, like directly, spending an hour and a half a day on vocab, and then I've been like immersing in like anime and stuff, and using YouTube and stuff to immerse. So when I'm confident that I can watch it, I will watch it in Japanese as a study, which means I will be paying attention to everything. I'll be paying full attention to it. So good.
It is very good. There's, without putting out any spoilers, because I will not risk spoiling this show for anybody.
Anyone, absolutely.
Right. But like just the vibes of season 1 is like even episode 1 is like, man, that's really fucking sad. I'm gonna watch episode 2 because I want to see what happens. Episode 2 is like, whoa, there's a different side to this show. Cool. Episode 3 is like, oh, this is neat. All the characters are cool. And then episode 4 is, what the fuck? And episode 5 is, what the fuck? And then episode 6 is, what the fuck? And then it just keeps going on and on and on and getting more and more exciting. And then season 2 is something I always tell people to keep in mind without spoiling the events of season 2 at all. Season 2, from episode 1 to episode 12, it's only 12 episode season, is 48 hours. The entirety of season 2 takes place within a 2-day time span.
Sheesh. That is wild.
And more shit happens in season 2 than the entirety of season 1, which takes place over years. From when they're kids to the point that they're like
I love it because it gives you that build up in. Again, it's not a boring build up. I think that so many anime struggle with this, where the build up is so unbelievably fucking boring. It's such a snooze fest. Like the amount of times I've been told, "Oh yeah, you'll love JoJo's if you actually sit down to watch it. You just need to get to fucking season 25 before it becomes good." It's like, fuck off. No, I gave it 3 episodes. It wasn't good, and I fucking hated the art style too.
The most I will do for a show is if somebody's like, you got to watch the first arc. I'll do that. You know, if they're like, get through to the end of the first arc and you'll understand the vibe of the show. That's what I tell people for Naruto. I say, get through to the end of Land of Waves, which is like the first main arc after the prologue area where they like introduce all the characters, they do a little bit of shenanigans, and then they do their first mission. It's like, I think 20 episodes in or something like that is when Land of Waves is fully, completely finished and they're back in the village. Yeah. That's what I tell people to do.
When it's such an long anime as well, it's reasonable to say that. But like, and because that's like, it doesn't even take a full season. It's 20 episodes. No. You know, it's short enough. But when you're sitting down, like I have so many different anime that I want to watch, and someone's like, "Oh yeah, all you have to do to enjoy One Piece is get like 500 episodes in. It actually becomes good."
Like, well, One Piece actually, I've watched One Piece, and it is not all of it, not by a long shot. I watched One Piece for a good amount. It is really fucking good. It's just I got all the way in, and after like a few weeks of watching, I was at episode 130, and I finished the Alabasta arc, and I looked at it, I was like 130. There's like 1,000 and counting.
I mean, it's just
I'll watch this later, and I put it down and just went on to something else.
No, I couldn't watch anything that's that long. I think like it's one of those things that if you get in at the start when it's like the first only 100 episodes been released, you can keep up with it each week. But when there's been over 1,000 fucking episodes released, like,
and it is good. It is good. Like, I like that 130 episodes was really good. The characters are very intriguing, and the storyline is really cool, and I enjoyed it. But holy shit, I just looked at it and I was like, this is the 3rd arc and I'm 130 episodes in, I'm done.
Like, and it's like, the thing is that when I watch anime, the anime I watch, as given, like very obvious by my examples before, is a very different vibe. I watch slice of life that's short, it's sweet, it's cute. That's it. It's simple. My examples that I used earlier are 3 amazing anime that I really enjoy. I've been watching K-On! In Japanese, and it is so fucking good. And by in Japanese, I don't mean with English subtitles. I mean with Japanese subtitles. I'm not getting all of the context here. But it is hilarious. It is so cute, so sweet, so silly. But that's the kind of vibe of anime that I tend to watch. I do enjoy other stuff, you know. I didn't enjoy My Hero when I watched it before
My
second
Hero
war arc bullshit. You know, I've enjoyed Demon Slayer. Incredible.
Are you caught up on My Hero?
No, I need to watch it all still because I'm waiting for it to finish before I watch everything.
I'm watching it week by week as it releases. I just the other day watched the first episode because it finally released in English dub, and I watch in dub.
Yeah.
So that first episode is so fucking good of the new season. Yeah. It was so good.
I am excited to actually sit down and give it a proper watch because, like, I it just devolved so quickly. It's like I couldn't be bothered with it.
I forgot. One Punch Man season 3 started, and apparently it looks like shit.
I'm not surprised. It's One Punch.
Yeah, but like apparently it's extremely extremely poorly animated after like what, a decade wait.
Oh, Jesus Christ! This is fucking Duke Nukem forever all over again.
And there's one scene where Garo, the main bad guy, is like sliding down a hill that I've seen repeated all the time, but like it just looks like they took a cardboard cutout of him and just like form fit dragged him down the hill. They didn't put any textures behind his feet or anything to show he was sliding.
Christ. Oh my god.
And like it's, I don't know, maybe it's a Dragon Ball Super situation and they'll come back and reanimate some of it, hopefully.
Maybe.
But I've not watched it yet, but I've been meaning to. I just need to rewatch One Punch first, because One Punch Man season 1 and 2 were really good.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I'm not.
But I did go look. I was right. It the first arc of Naruto officially finishes on episode 19. So
fair enough. So it's pretty short considering. I think that's a really good taster. Because it also, if someone hasn't watched anime before, then they're probably more willing to like sit down and watch like basically a season's worth of a show. Not even, but basically a season's worth of a show and be like, okay, let's actually give this a try out. I do think that there are some anime that, like, while I do think would be perfect as a first-time suggestion, they're also really awkward as a first-time suggestion.
Yeah,
Death Note pops
like
to mind for
Naruto. Yeah, Death Note, Attack on Titan's one that's hard as well, because not all people are okay with like gory and like that stuff.
You really have to tailor your recommendations, don't you?
Yeah, and it's like, so that's why I always ask anyone before they start watching anything. If they're like, I want to get into anime, I'm like, okay, what do you watch now? It's not anime. It's like, describe the vibe of it to me. Are you okay with gore? Do you prefer slice of life cute stuff? Are you okay with some really weird Japanese incest shit? Like what? Like, can I show you Sword Art Online? Like, where do you want to start?
how does Konosuba make you feel with how fucking perverted it is?
I've not watched it. I don't know anything about it.
It is so good. Like I've said before, it is super self-aware. It satirizes all of like the traditional pervy anime elements by like putting them to the next level. Generic.
Did I tell you
covered in slime that melts claws kind of vibe?
Did I tell you the struggle you put me through with High School DxD because you didn't tell me what it's about, but you recommended it to me? Did I tell you about the struggle that it put me through? No, I watched episode 1 on Crunchyroll, and I was like, I'm not finishing this fucking show. This is garbage. This is borderline hentai. I don't want to fucking watch it.
It's ecchi.
Yeah, and so I was like, okay, I'm not watching this. So I let it sit there, but every time I opened Crunchyroll, it gave me the continue watching episode 2. So I said, no, I don't want to do this. So I went into the details of the show, went to the last episode of the last season, and skipped to the end of it, hoping it would get out of my watch. But then it looked like I watched the whole fucking show.
That's because you did,
and it wouldn't go away. No, I didn't. And I'm pissed off. Good. I know nothing about that show. No, it's not.
Yes, it is. It's stupid.
I don't want to watch hentai.
I do.
But I was so tired of seeing it because I just wanted to open it up and watch Naruto and like other shit, and like it's just High School DxD. Continue watching. By the way, don't watch High School DxD. Do not watch. I don't care what he says. Don't watch High School DxD.
High School DxD is a hilarious anime. It is very pervy. They have their tits out all of the time because it's ecchi, and you can get away with showing booba, but not
High School.
This is
like High School DxD.
This is like trying to say that Momo Yorosu is 14 years old. You can fuck right off.
They don't show anything of her that like
they might as fucking well, especially with Toro.
Well, there is the one season when they're in the fucking training camp where they show them all sitting in the bath. But that's normal anime stuff. They're not actively sexualizing like most of the time. Like that's a thing in every anime where it's like they try and sexualize the characters. In Naruto, I mean, once you meet Jiraiya, I mean, it's over. But like it's a thing the whole time through all the anime.
The problem is that like they say, oh yeah, this is set in a high school, and then they give the characters the bodies of like young adults. They give them like 18 to 24-year-old bodies.
Yeah,
again,
I just wish that they would change it all to college.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. I don't disagree with that.
Because
like,
then at least they'd be legal adults.
I can't change the setting. But even so, like if you look at Doki Doki Literature Club is a good example here. All of the characters are adults. Natsuki is 18 and and Yuri is like it's 18, 19, 20, 21. So Yuri is 21 and they go up the years through that. But they're all in the same year of high school. Like it's just the purpose of a setting, I guess, because that's how it used to be. You know, there's always been the case is that like there have always been high school characters going through their like development arcs. But it's like if you look at Evangelion, for example, I think that's the perfect use of
that's one that I need to watch again. Or not again. I've just been meaning to watch it.
Neon Genesis Evangelion is absolute peak fiction. It is incredible. Hideki Anno, genius. But like the use of high schoolers makes sense. They're all 14, 15 years old. It makes sense because the troubles that they go through, the whole mental anguish and stuff, makes sense for their age. And the reason why it's written as fucking traumatic as it is because Hideki Anno was going through tons and tons of like mental issues at the time, depression, anxiety, troubles with like his work and burnout and all that kind of stuff after releasing his previous animated work. So he created Evangelion as an outlet for it. Basically all of the trauma that the characters go through is almost like I forgot the word. I was going to use it. Well, I forgot the word. But it's basically the troubles that he went through, but personified and amplified and brought to an extreme in Evangelion. The show is brilliant.
Yeah.
But I think that makes sense for like high schoolers to be, but things like High School DxD, even like My Hero Academia would make more sense as college students.
Yep. And it's something that's just very unfortunate with just the way that anime is written and shown.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
There's a certain thing when it comes to anime that I love a lot. I'm trying to find a thing of it here. Here, this is a good one. I'm gonna send this to you.
All right.
Is that something about long anime in particular, where you get to see the characters grow up?
Yeah, absolutely.
Is very cool, and Naruto was one of the best for that, where you actually get to see the characters go from literal children to full-grown adults with their own lives and children and stuff like that, and like watching the designs evolve over time, and they actually end up looking like adults.
Yeah,
and when they're children, they look like children.
And
like,
you can still tell that like it's the same character perfectly fine. Like if you showed me each of these characters, I could tell you, yeah, these make sense, especially characters that have very standout features like Hinata. But
yes,
yeah, like that makes sense. The setting makes sense, and it's not really fucking pervy 24/7 as well. But some anime just love that perviness.
See, that's the thing about English, specifically Naruto and Dragon Ball are the two that I can think of easiest. With Master Roshi and Jiraiya Sensei, they are the pervy characters.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're like they're like one of a few characters in the show that are like the pervy, weird, like comic relief.
Absolutely.
And they're two of the best characters in both shows. Master Roshi is a standout character throughout the entirety of Dragon Ball. I love him to death.
Mm-hmm.
And Jiraiya is like just on top of being funny, is also just one of the coolest characters in the whole show.
Yeah.
Up until I want to say, let me look at the seasons really quick because I can give you a number for this.
Yeah.
Yeah, up until that's afterward. So up until season 3 or 4, yeah. So by the end of season 3 of damn, no, is season 2? No way. No, it's here. Okay. So by the end of season 3 of Naruto Shippuden, which is the second series of Naruto, Jiraiya and Itachi are the two strongest characters in the whole show. Canonically, like
Yeah.
actively. Like they're the two that are just leagues above everybody else. And it's stated in the show, it's been stated by the writer, by everybody. And it's just I mean, they show it. They do. They really show you how powerful these fucking ninja are. And it's so fun. Like there's a scene against a certain fight where Jiraiya is drugged and like his arms don't work and he still beats the fuck out of people without being able to do hand signs.
Peak.
It's awesome. It's awesome.
I love that.
But it's a very good show, and I highly recommend it to anybody who doesn't mind a longer anime. Because so many people, I hate the mindset that some people get. My cousin told me this the other day, where he was like, "Everybody tells me to watch it, so it makes me not want to watch it. Like it's so popular that it's got to be bad. I don't understand that mindset."
It to an extent because of how much shit is ridiculously overhyped. You go down, you sit down, and holy shit, is it absolute ass. Me when JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Yes, but that like with JoJo in particular, anybody who's not a JoJo fan knows that show's fucking weird.
Even the people who are should know that show is fucking weird.
But it just. I mean, like, there's definitely some that are massively overhyped, like JJK. JJK is fucking mid as shit. That show is not good. I don't know why it's as popular as it is. If you want a good show with that vibe, go watch Naruto.
Like, I really
they literally
picks up good.
Yeah, they actively just copied the characters from Naruto and put them in that show. It's the same thing with fucking Hunter x Hunter. Hunter x Hunter's all right. I like Hunter x Hunter, but it's copy and paste. And paste. Kurapika from Hunter x Hunter is the little blonde kid, and he is the last surviving member of his clan of people who have a special power where their eyes turn red. You know where else I've heard that before? Sasuke Uchiha! The last surviving Uchiha, whose family has a special power where their eyes turn red. It's literally the same fucking character.
That's hilarious.
But one of them is well written and has interesting ideals, and the other one is Kurapika. They write him into the show, and then after the first arc, he disappears. And I've watched a decent bit of that show, and he's still not reappeared. Like, they've mentioned him a few times, but he's still not back in the show.
Yeah.
They literally, it makes me so upset the way they write that show, because they show you, for the first, like, arc, when they're getting their hunter license in that show, they focus in on Gon and Killua, which are, like, the two main boys in that show. And they show them learning how to use their powers and figuring out Nin and all that stuff. And Nin is a cool power system. I like it a lot. But then at the end of that arc, they just, like, at the end of the episode are like, and also in the meantime, Kurapika and Leorio figured it out. They just did. And we're not going to show it to you. We're not going to explain it to you at all, but they just figured it out. It's like, I would have liked to watch that. Training arcs are fun. Why couldn't they have been... It's just a pain in the ass.
Yeah. See, this is
that show's weird as fuck, though.
This is why I enjoy chilling with my goofy little fucking slice of life anime, because I don't have to worry about any of this shit.
Yeah, just don't, like, just ask me what anime you should watch. Have you watched SAO Abridged yet?
No, I haven't watched SAO Abridged yet.
Have you watched SAO Original?
No, of course I haven't watched fucking Sword Art Online. Like, everybody knows that's the one show you don't watch.
It's unfortunate that it has that reputation, and I understand why it has that reputation. Because season 1 is good until like episode 16, and then the second half of that season is where it gets really weird. Like, I think you would love the first 16 or 18 episodes of SAO before you get into Alfheim.
Yeah.
But the second half of SAO, the Alfheim arc, is really weird and is centered around like a one-sided, like unrequited love arc, which doesn't sound awful until you realize that it's his younger sister. But
normal
Japanese things.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, okay, Japan, but it's not all that is. That's racist as fuck, but
I mean,
but
it's
a big thing in anime, and it's unfortunate. But then season 2 is okay. Season 2, the whole gimmick is, oh, Kirito gets a girl skin, and that's it. Outside of that, it's a pretty normal arc, and it's not bad either. I like the end twist of season 2. But then seasons 3 and 4 are genuinely so good, but you have to wade through so much trash to get to them.
Yeah. Unfortunately, again, this is a painful thing with anime that happens. Is like it happens so unbelievably often as well.
The first part of SAO genuinely is really good, and I like it a lot. And then the second half of season 1 is not good, and then season 2 isn't bad. It's not. It feels like a season-long filler arc. That's what it feels like. And then seasons 3 and 4 are really fucking good, and it's like, why did we wait so long? Seasons 3 and 4 are still weird though.
I'm hoping we get a nice truncated version of that shenanigans with Jujutsu Kaisen, considering the fact that, I think that the very, very common consensus is that season 1 was good, the first half of season 2 was brilliant, the second half of season 2 is an absolute clusterfuck and mess because Mappa. So I'm hoping that season 3 is Pog.
Well, you see, I think that season 1 is garbage. Season 2, I think that season 1 is garbage. The movie is really good. The first half of season 2 is really good, and then the second half of season 2 is garbage. Like, there's no substance in it at all, unless you're doing shit with Gojo in the flashback, or with Uta in the movie. I think, is that his name? Uta. I think Yuta, something like that. I don't remember.
I don't remember.
Like, it's so overhyped, and that's one that I understand. If you don't like it, it makes sense.
There are so many that like stupid popular anime. The thing is that like I think half of the issue of like popular anime is they get recommended to everyone no matter whether they'll like it or not. So stuff like Dragon Ball, My Hero, Jujutsu Kaisen, they're all stupid popular, and then get recommended to everyone even if like they don't like that kind of vibe, which just puts them off popular anime in general, and then they go find the more niche stuff that's, slice of life or whatever. And like, actually, this is my kind of vibe.
Yeah, it's like, it's upsetting with any type of art, not just anime, not just TV shows, stuff like that. Even animated stuff. Like, I know there's a guy that I used to know. He never watched anything that was animated because it was a cartoon, it's for children.
Yeah, one of those. Those are fucking impossible to have a civil conversation.
I forced him to sit down and watch episode 1 of Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
And that was the only thing that he ever watched. He was like, okay, that was not for kids. I was like, yeah. Do you see that animation is a medium that can do any genre, whether it's kids or adults?
But the thing is, as well, is that you have stuff like even stuff that is made for kids. You have stuff like Gravity Falls that has very, very, very complex plot points. It's a very good overarching plot that covers on some serious things and has good jokes for adults. There's stuff like The Amazing World of Gumball, which has references to Tiananmen Square in it, and lots of socio-economic shenanigans of them talking about that kind of stuff. There is the regular
Avatar,
show.
Last Airbender.
Yeah, Atlas, brilliant. Everyone calls it an anime, even though it's not technically speaking, but I'm not going to be that dickhead. Regular show wasn't supposed to be a kid's show at all. It was originally supposed to be on Adult Swim, like Rick and Morty. Then you have Rick and Morty. That's definitely not fucking for kids. And that's just cartoons. That's like Western cartoons. Then you look at anime. You got stuff like Berserk. You got Attack on Titan. You got basically any of the Junji Ito collection.
I don't understand how we've not had a good anime adaptation of Berserk yet. How does that not exist?
Yeah, it would be, especially now that we have all of like the gorgeous anime and stuff and all of the like really high quality shit. Like, if it would have been like when Tokyo Ghoul happened, I would have been like, give it a few more years, because Tokyo Ghoul happened. And that was such an unfortunate adaptation, that one was. But now that we're at a point where I think that literally anything can get adapted, and pretty much everything has gotten adapted. There's the manga where Hitler is a kawaii little anime girl reincarnated, and all of the different world leaders like Stalin and Mussolini have also been reincarnated as anime girls. Is getting an anime. Like, if that can get an anime, surely Berserk can.
How did that not... How? How does that get an anime before Berserk?
I'm really hoping it's good. I want to watch it. I hope it's good so bad, because I really think it will be. Because that is a hilarious idea. That is a comical idea.
That's fucking stupid. That's dumb as hell. Sure, whatever. Write what you want, watch what you want, read what you want. That's cool. Go for it, man. How does that get an anime before Berserk or fucking... What's the one by fucking... hold on. Kara no Kyoku by Eve. The dude who makes the anime, the season 1 intro for Jujutsu Kaisen, one of the season 7 intros for My Hero Academia, and all kinds of other shit that he works on all the time. Super popular J-pop artist that he has the single most streamed anime opening of all time. Writes a manga. And that shit is not an anime yet. And it makes me so fucking mad.
Literally.
I've read a little bit of Kara no Kyoku, and it's really fucking good.
I'm not surprised. Not surprised in the slightest. But yeah, it is interesting. There are a surprising amount... okay, I'm going to come back to this Hitler fucking anime chick thing. There are a surprising amount of Nazis in anime. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, that one of like the Nazi warship girls, the commanders of the warships and stuff. There's a surprising amount of Nazis in anime. And this is more points as to why, anime isn't just for children. Because holy shit, some of these arcs, some of these character deaths, some of these topics, everything is wild. And it's nice to see. It's nice to see like everything, because anything that has Nazis in it gets immediately fucking eviscerated in Western civilizations. Like, if you look at Call of Duty Black Ops 3, and I load up Kino de Toten, where are the swastikas? It is literally the theater of the dead in Germany.
Nazi Germany.
Nazi Germany. With Nazi zombies. Why are all of the red flags with white circles? Why has the swastika been replaced with a fucking eagle with an iron cross beneath it? Like, this is fucking stupid. And I say this about fucking... I'd say this about anything. I'd say it about fucking the old flag of Japan. I'd say it about Italy when they were doing their shenanigans. I'd say it about everything. Because at the end of the day, like, it's just a historical event. Like, it's a significant historical event, but it's a historical event nonetheless. Let us fucking... The whole point of media is to take the real world and port it into fiction, into our own little fucking bubble, our own little world, where things are different. Well, the Nazis were able to make zombies, where Richtofen has like 20 different versions of himself.
Yeah.
Ultimus Richtofen does look sick, though.
Yeah. I just messaged you, DM'd you. One of my favorite songs and music videos ever. If you want to take a quick little pause here, watch this, and then I want to talk about it.
Right.
Because it is beautiful.
Eve is so fucking brilliant. I was going to say the word talented, but I don't the word. Eve is so fucking brilliant. It's insane.
Yes. Let's get back to our podcast layout, and we'll talk about it.
There you go. Should be able to see.
I hit my desk. All right. Okay, so I just showed him 2 music videos from an artist called Eve. I showed him How to Eat Life and Insomnia. They are both about characters from Eve's manga and in the universe of Eve's manga. So they're like, I don't think they're fully canon events, but like just those 2 music videos alone, when I watched them, just when it happened to like find Eve and start listening to his music, I was like, man, that's really good. I would love to anime out of this. And then I come to figure out he's got a fucking manga with those characters in it. And Eve has basically got these fucking animators locked in his basement or whatever the hell, that he every time he drops a song, he gets a music video related to his manga put out, and like they are gorgeously animated. The world that he's created in these music videos look amazing. And the characters, just the small little bit you get to see of them, no dialogue, no nothing, they look so interesting.
He's absolutely fucking superb, genuinely. Like, I've always known that Eve is wonderful at what they do, but holy shit, that's insanely good.
Yeah. Eve is an incredible artist. One of the most talented. Because there's a certain vibe to Japanese music that's missing from a lot of English music, like the funk and like the vibe and the fast paced, like da da da, but like it's still being super fast paced, being able to like put in cool melodic bits and stuff.
The thing is that like English music doesn't tend to lend itself well to that in a lot of elements, but especially the language, like the way that the Japanese language is structured and how quick and efficient it is. And the way that they phrase stuff as well is very, very different to English. So
yes,
I
know. I do know the smallest bit of Japanese. Okay, the smallest, absolute minuscule. I took like half a year of Japanese in high school.
Let me guess. Do you know how to say "boku no
Ohio
chinchin wa
gozaimasu"
chisai desu, which means my penis is small?
No. I didn't know how to say that because it's not true. I never had to learn it.
Doubt. So what do you know then?
Like the absolute basics: greetings, goodbyes, good morning, good evening, good night, that kind of stuff.
No, that's it.
I'm not gonna say it because I'm gonna butcher the fuck out of it. I also know how to tell people to enjoy their flight because I work at the airport. But outside of that,
fair enough. You know what? Fair enough. That works. I don't know how to tell someone to enjoy their flight. So go on up on me there.
Yeah, it's a very interesting language. I think that if you actually learn and memorize like all of the different kanji, katakana, hiragana, and like all that stuff, like isn't it like 2,000 characters?
Yeah, so there are 46 hiragana, 46 katakana. So if you guys don't know Japanese, I'm going to explain it in the most basic terms. They're basically your alphabets. So hiragana and katakana are the same thing, they're just used for different purposes. So hiragana is used for like basic sentence structure for the most part. Also writing sentences when you're a young gun. It's used for the furigana for telling you how to say a kanji. And it's or like for the particles and stuff, for example, like the that kind of stuff, or went to, come to, that kind of stuff is all written in hiragana. Katakana is used for loan words, so that's pizza, kohi, hot dog, sandwich, America, Igirisu, Budajiru, Philippine, that kind of stuff. And also used for emphasis and like sounds. So the way that we do onomatopoeia and that kind of stuff. So if I say drip drip, then that would also be likely written in katakana. And then kanji is the Chinese characters, which there are like 50,000 of.
And they just represent words, don't they? Like it's just
well, they represent concepts, yeah. But like for example, the one for the kanji for life has 24 different meanings, 24 different ways to say it and representations.
Yeah.
But this is why we don't study kanji. We study vocabulary, we study sentences, because almost all kanji are composite kanji. So for example, the kanji for goose, the first one, it has tori inside of it, which means bird. And that's one of the radicals. So like radicals are like almost like kanji inside of kanji. They tell you a meaning. So you got like tori inside of one of the kanji, and then the second kanji basically tells you how to read the kanji as well. So interesting stuff. But yeah, so like that is a massive barrier to entry for a lot of people when they want to learn Japanese, when you could just learn Spanish, French, German, where the words are basically all the same. The sentence structure is basically all the same. Everything's really easy. Yeah, you have to learn some grammar rules, but that's about it. But with Japanese, yeah, it takes a lot longer to learn because the barrier to entry is so high and it's so difficult to start. But honestly, I don't think it's really that difficult of a language. It's just about training your mind to get used to seeing stuff in pictographs instead of an alphabet.
Yep. It's like I always had trouble remembering what I was learning it because I only studied for a few months, so it's not like I tried for super long. I've always wanted to go back and do it again. I've just never found really the time.
Yeah.
And I just always had trouble remembering because you said 40 some characters.
Yeah. There's about 46 hiragana, about 46 katakana.
Yeah, and like that's literally double the entire English alphabet.
So and twice over at that as well.
Yes, so you have to learn 4 of the English alphabet all over again from scratch, essentially.
I wouldn't. The thing is how though, like if you spend just like 3 days dedicating yourself to learning hiragana and katakana, you'll be done. Like you just learn them instead of learning them separately, learn them together and have like a mnemonic for each one. Like for example, I have a few like ku, so I'm gonna base it off hiragana here, but ku looks like a cuckoo's beak, ki looks like a key, a looks like an apple, o I remembered as a UFO, that kind of stuff. As long as you have mnemonics for all of them, it can be really fucking easy to remember. And the more you're exposed to it as well, I think that's a massive thing is exposure. If you're just exposed to tons and tons and tons of it, it's why immersion is so useful. If you're exposed to tons of it 24/7, then it'll be really fucking easy to just be able to read them.
Yeah, reading it was something that I got pretty decent at when I was learning it. I couldn't fucking do it now, but it was in conversation. I could read it, but speaking and replying and hearing and conversing with it, that was the part that I always got stuck on, really hard.
I think that too many classes put too much emphasis on early output. I don't think there really should be any early output in the slightest, to be fair. I think that for the most part, when it comes to learning a language, especially one as complicated as Japanese, you shouldn't be doing any output for the first fucking year. Unless you're moving to Japan. Like, you should be learning the language, you should be studying the language, yes. You should be having tons and tons of input, but you shouldn't be doing any output if you don't plan on, like, because the thing as well is that you're going to pick up on bad habits early on if you try and speak early on. You're going to make the wrong sounds. Like, so many of the sounds are just slightly different. Like the f sound for Mount Fuji isn't an F sound. It's like almost like an F, but without your lips touching your teeth. It's more like a H. It's a hu. Yeah, so many examples like that.
Yeah.
Where the sounds are just slightly different. And you all sound fine if you talk. But
you'll sound like a 3-year-old, but they'll understand it somewhat.
Yeah. I think that is a massive thing as well. It's like, how fluent do you want to be? How obvious do you want it to be that you're a foreigner? You know, you could go up to them and be like, watashi no namae wa Jason des. You know, or you could speak to them in the way that they speak, and pick up on their
start speaking
mannerisms.
like the wrong language.
And just,
So,
hola,
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Perfect Spanish. But it's the same with every language.
And
Like
that's one great thing about Japan that I've heard from a lot of people is that to an extent, a lot of people in Japan understand English.
they do. They are taught it. Fun fact: the North Koreans understand English as well. They are taught English, as well as as well as North Korean. I went to say Japanese as well as North Korean. But yeah, so most people are taught English as well as Japanese over there because it's such a dominant language. And the point is as well is that they put such a big emphasis on being a business person, salaryman, and that kind of stuff, and making money and being useful to your country, that like it's very important to speak English so you can have business meetings with Americans and the British, and like basically English is the world's language at this point. It's everywhere. It's in South Africa, it's in all over Europe, it's in the Americas, it's in Asia. Like it is everywhere. And like I said, when North Korea is teaching English to their fucking people, significant.
Something significant if North Korea is doing anything important.
Exactly. But yeah, so like I love Japanese as a language in general. The structure of it is very unique as well, just in general. Like because the order is wrong. Like if I want to say I ate an apple, I'd say I apple eat basically, but with the particle markers as well. But then there's also so much that they miss out. Like if I said I go to the shop and buy beer and go home, like the I did these things is missing from those second two sections, but you can omit all of it in Japanese as long as the context is clear. And if the context isn't clear, like if someone's speaking to you and you don't understand the context, it's realistically on them to clarify what the context is because it should be obvious.
Yeah. We kind of got off on a side tangent about this, but
about anime and languages, yeah.
Yeah.
Way to think it.
We came into this episode with nothing to talk about, like at all.
Literally nothing. Yeah, this is true.
But we found something, didn't we?
We found something. Though before we finish up, I would like to mention that Quantic Dream, the makers of Heavy Rain, Detroit Become Human, Beyond Two Souls, by the end of 2025 should be releasing a closed beta for their new game Spellcasters Chronicles, which is going to be a 3v3 free-to-play multiplayer game that's like 25 minutes fast-paced, like territory control game. Like, I think from what I'm understanding is it's kind of like, the kind of territory control that League and Smite have. Like, remember the 3v3 mode in Smite?
Yeah.
I think it's going to be like that. I think it's going to be kind of like that. They've been talking about how you're going to evolve as a team. You've got archetype-driven mages with distinct identities. Apparently it's going to be a like you have to capture these like altars to gain territory. So yeah, I'm pretty sure it's going to be like Smite 3v3 mode, which is really interesting that Quantic Dream, of all people, are stepping into multiplayer space. Though I hope it goes well. I really hope it does go well. Because I know they have some pretty interesting ambitions. They always have. The games they've developed have always been very, very unique and interesting, to say the least.
I always forget that they made Beyond Two Souls. That's a game I've still never played, but I've always wanted to. I have it. I own it. It's on my PlayStation. I've just never opened it.
It's a very, very
same with
game.
Alan Wake. I've had Alan Wake since I bought my PS5. It's one of the games that came with my PS5. The PS5 remaster came with it, and I've never played it. I've always meant to, never done it.
That's wild, that is. Other than that,
recently I've just been replaying through God of War.
That's fair. God of War is peak.
I'm hoping that here soon, at whatever the next big gaming event is, that we get an announcement for God of War Egypt, which is supposed to be the next game, supposedly.
That would be very nice. That'd be very fucking nice. Other than that, the only things I want to touch on are Fortnite is getting a fully Springfield-based Simpsons map, apparently.
Oh.
Which I would
The
not
nuclear
mind
reactor. We'll
checking
get to
out.
go see it.
Yeah. The EA acquisition that we mentioned in the last episode has been under fire from the US government, like the Senate stuff, because of the obvious national security risk that it faces, considering the fact that, you know, it's Saudi. Plus, like, I think that EA lost what, like $6 billion in market value in January.
Probably.
But yeah. And outside of that, Wolfenstein people, Machine Games, they made Wolfenstein, they made the new Indiana Jones game. Getting ready to release a new game. They teased it on their social media.
Oh yeah, GTA 6 has a release date for what you said, May 20 something.
March 26th, I think.
March 26th.
Yeah, GTA VI release date. I'm pretty sure it's March 26th. May 26th. You were right with the May. Yeah, May 26th, 2026 is the confirmed date, and they have repeatedly confirmed that over and over and over again now.
I hadn't heard about that until today. I didn't know that there was an actual official release date.
I think that it's mostly that like they're just releasing earnings reports and stuff that confirm that that's when they plan on releasing it. And last on my list is that the Gen 11 games have already had a leak because someone hacked Nintendo.
For what?
Pokemon.
Wouldn't it be Gen 10?
I mean, Gen 11 has had a leak already because someone hacked Nintendo.
How the fuck? There ain't even shit out about Gen 10 yet.
Literally. Apparently Nintendo plans...
How are y'all already working on Gen 11 when ZA sucked ass?
I have no idea.
And we haven't even heard anything about Gen 10. You haven't even told us how many new Pokemon there's going to be or where it's going to be based or anything.
Gen 10 is set to release 2026, maybe later. But
where's the info?
Gen 11...
You've got a year.
Literally. Gen 11 is apparently set to release in 2030. So we're going to be waiting a hot minute for that.
All that I want from Gen 10, I don't even care if it takes as long as it does for the next generation to release. I want DLC that unlock every Pokemon in one game.
It would be nice.
Like, base game, don't need it. By the time the DLC is all done, I want every Pokemon because it makes me so mad that I don't have every Pokemon in Scarlet and Violet.
Yeah, no, I completely fucking understand.
And
that.
I better be able to shiny hunt every single fucking one of them.
Literally, every single one. Every single.
Because I will have all the shinies by 2030.
Yes. Apparently, according to this, February 27th, 2026 is when the Gen 10 games are going to be revealed, which means that it will probably be mid to late, maybe early 2027, but probably mid to late 2026 as they release, from my speculation. But then, you know, ZA sucked ass, so I don't really know what we're even hyping for at this point.
Yeah.
I'm
hoping that they put like their like Z team on on ZA, and then they're putting their A team on Gen 10. Because I don't even care if it's really like a super bad game. I really don't.
Yeah.
Like if it's as long as it's playable and there's 8 gems and some side missions like Scarlet and Violet, like even if they do it open world or if they do it like Gen 8 was with Sword and Shield, where it's like pseudo open world like that, I wouldn't mind that. I just want a regular ass Pokemon game.
Yeah, that would be fucking nice. I'm just having a look at this. The scores, the ratings that have been given to the game have been so fucking bad. The Washington Post gave it a 2.5. Tech Radar, for some reason, gave it a 4.5 out of 5 somehow. But like, the surprisingly good reviews from like critics. But then you look at IMDb, you look at the user reviews, and like, it's a 6 out of 10. And it's like, I'm not surprised
it's even that high for all I've heard about it.
I think it's because a lot of people are just fucking stupid. I also wouldn't be surprised if a lot of those reviews are not legitimate, because this is fucking Nintendo we're talking about at the end of the day. You know, but It has been such bad press.
I've not talked about this yet, and I've not played it yet, but as soon as I get a paycheck, I'm going to get it. Is Ghost of Yotei is out, and
oh right,
I haven't actually heard much about it, which doesn't surprise me.
Literally nothing, not a single fucking peep about it, which does surprise me. Let's have a look. Ghost of Yotei. Let's have a look at what the internet is like for this.
IGN says 8 out of 10. Metacritic says 86%. Eurogamer says 3 out of 5.
Generally favorable reviews is what I'm seeing. On my end as well. Pending for multiple awards already from the Golden Joystick Awards.
Yeah. Because it looks I've seen some like visual clips of the game. It looks gorgeous.
The headline for Tech Radar says Ghost of Yotei is one of the best games I've played this year, with beauty, style, and visceral action running through its veins. And I gave it a 4.5 out of 5 stars. And yeah, it seems like for the most part, it's very, very, very positive reviews. A little bit of repetitiveness, a little bit of the fact that conversation options don't have many consequences. But if you want to play with consequences, go play Quantic Dream, go play a Bethesda game.
Yeah. I just looked up just Ghost of Yotei review on Google, and one of the YouTube things that popped up is called Samurai Slop. Ghost of Yotei is painfully mediocre. And that's the only slightly negative review I've seen so far.
That's wild. I mean, people have already put like 50 odd hours into it, which I'm not surprised about.
That aggravates me, because Ghost of Yotei is not based in like the full-blown samurai era anymore. It's after the Mongol Empire. Like, samurai are kind of like the main character's not even a samurai, I don't think. I think she's just like a hunter who like just knows how to use a sword, kind of, or something. I don't know. I've not really looked into it too much, but
according to this person, just 1 week in the market, the US sales performance of Ghost of Yotei was basically flat to that of Ghost of Tsushima. So yeah, it seems to be doing pretty fucking well, all things considered, especially when it's like extra money as well. It's like a $70 game instead of a $60 game, right?
Yeah. I mean, if it's anywhere near as good as Ghost of Tsushima was, it's worth the 70.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems very, very popular. It seems like the reception has been incredible. People have already platinumed it. People have already put like 70, 80 odd hours in, basically. It seems to be a very, very popular game. So that's good to hear, because I know that a lot of people were very excited for it.
So that's what you meant by Fort Simpsons.
Fort Simpsons, yeah.
I just went back and looked through your list, and for the Fortnite Simpsons collab, he just put Fort Simpsons. I was like, what? A fucking military fort? What the fuck are we talking about here, Deado?
The military fort, yeah, literally. Fucking, yeah. But yeah, I think that's all I have for today. We don't rant about language in anime.
Yes, last thing I'm going to say, please, 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 if you are interested at all, download Dragon Ball FighterZ so we get more updates. Make that game have a resurgence that's giant, that makes Bandai and Arxis want to work on it again, so that my favorite game doesn't die. Please.
Yeah, I love it. Absolutely love it.
It's the base game is probably still a full 60, but it goes on sale all the time.
Fun fact, if you want if you don't care about shady resellers or anything like that, you can get the Legendary Edition on PC for £25 from CD Keys. I think it's called Loaded now and not CD Keys. It's loaded.com. But yeah, CD Keys, you can get the base game for like £6. The entire fucking Legendary Edition, which is every character, I'm pretty certain, for like $30. Down from like 90. So
I'm trying to look and see the Legendary Edition. Read more. FighterZ passed 1, 2, and 3 Android 21 lab coat. Yes, that's all of them.
If I quickly look at the SteamDB page here, the lowest recorded price for the game, $674. current price is like £45.
Yeah, but even then, I mean, the game is just really good. Like, highly recommend it. If you are at all interested in fighting games and you want to pick up a fighting game that's easy to start out, Fighter Z is probably the most beginner-friendly fighting game ever made, or at least one of them. Don't fucking ask someone who has 2,000 hours in the game to play with you because you're not going to win. There's a few people that tried to start that game and they were like, yeah, but I don't really have anyone else to fight with. It's like crazy that there's an online mode, bro.
Literally. Like,
there's full Discords and Reddits and like subreddits, all kind of shit that are full of people who are new to the game.
And there is also just matchmaking.
Yeah.
So, absolutely absurd. But yeah. I think that there are quite a lot of games that need that kind of love, but we will save that for another time. Games that need a resurgence will be a topic for episode 5. So, yeah, literally. So that will do it for me for today, I believe.
Yep.
Already on it, bitch.
Oh.
But yeah, thank you everyone for watching. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Appreciate you all being here. Thank you for probably falling asleep to our voices. It's been good. And we're actually going to be back to doing this weekly now. Hopefully, maybe, unless one of us fucking gets sick or something like that again. So thank you all for tuning in. I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.
Bye.